everyone. Welcome to our summer product preview. And also, thank you for joining me. This is my 39-year anniversary with Mary Kay Cosmetics. So 39 years ago, if you are a guest joining us, I was a guest at a Mary Kay event in Cleveland, Ohio. A week before that, I had been approached by a new consultant to be a face model for her Mary Kay portfolio. So she came to my apartment, met me and my roommate. I fell in love with the skincare, and she invited me to an event just like this. Just like this, though, in person, because 39 years ago, we had no idea what StreamYard and YouTube Live was all about. But at that event, I saw women showcase new products. I saw women recognized for what they had chosen to do in their Mary Kay business. I saw women supporting each other, and I fell in love with the culture. So welcome if you're a guest joining us tonight. I hope the same thing happens, that you fall in love with the culture. You leave here knowing that there's so much more to Mary Kay than selling lipstick, and that you thank your consultant for inviting you. We're going to give you information about product, brand new product that isn't even available to the consultants yet. So guests, you may want to get a pen and paper. Your consultant, all consultants, we had a board made. So if you don't have it, grab that from your director, because then you're going to have all the printed content that we're referring to, such as the 50% off sheet in May. So guest, when for every $50 you purchase from your consultant, you get a half off item, but some of them are more than items. Some of them are sets. So that is very fun. All the new products, the prices are on there. So those things we're detailing, how you get your Mary Kay business started. So all that information, consultants, is on this event board. And this link will also be the replay. So guests, if you want to pass this on to some of your friends, ask your consultant, make it a party. The sales from that can turn into hostess credit for you, or get your friends together for a skincare class virtually or in person. That helps your consultant a lot, because we are in the last 7 weeks of this Mary Kay year. So you all are going to be treated tonight, because the two trainers are the number one director in our national area and number one consultant. So what that means is that these women know how to share the product, they know how to teach skincare, and they know how to teach women how to build Mary Kay businesses. So consultants, the boards you want to get a hold of, and I know that you're giving your guest a gift just for listening to this, whether it's a replay or the people who are on live. But guests, do know that if you are on live right now, tonight, and do a follow-up with your consultant. It may be a Google form and a follow-up call by her director. It may be, some closing questions to get feedback from you, from the consultant. But whatever the case may be, if you're on live and you do that with her tonight or within 24 hours, then you're going to get a beauty box opportunity. So that means that the director is going to take all the conversations that she had of the guests that were on live tonight and do a drawing for a beauty box. And beauty boxes have lots of amazing things on it, and probably she's going to customize it for you too. So guests, you want to make sure you do your follow-ups, you get your gift from your consultant, but also your name goes into the beauty box drawing from her director. So you guys, I am going to start off sharing with you, this is the gift. Every month, Mary Kay picks out a super cool gift that all consultants can earn. So this is so fun. I mean, these things fly all over the place. It is like a dab kit style, but this is definitely for glitzy girls. So consultants, this is what you get from Mary Kay. When you place a 700 wholesale in May, this is your gift. And then in here, I get to share with you the first product of this launch, and it is our brand new perfume. It's an eau de parfum. It retails. Packaging, you guys, on this is exquisite. Can you see the light, like champagne pink color? And so gorgeous. And look at the box. Like, I want to keep the box. I don't want to get rid of it. It's so beautiful. And I will tell you, I don't, this is giving away my age, but if you were an 80s girl and wore opium perfume, this is what it reminds me of. It's a floral oriental. I love it. It's called Confidently You. Blossom into your power, an unforgettable oriental floral olfactive, that's a new word, experience that radiates with confidence at first breath. And it has all these lovely things in it. And I'm showing this to you because as a guest or a new consultant, you're like, how in the world would I sell that? I don't know anything about perfume. All you do is read the stuff that Mary Kay gives you and you try it. I love it. And with perfumes, you guys, you can't really tell until you keep them on. So just trying something in a store or on a piece of paper really doesn't help. But a unique thing about Mary Kay is all of our products have a 100% money back guarantee. So you can try anything from your consultant. And if you don't like it for whatever reason, she will return it, full money back or exchange it. And please take advantage of that. We don't want you having drawers full of buying mistakes. Actually, you may want to ask your consultant if you have a drawer full of buying mistakes, maybe she'll do a trash it party with you. You invite your friends, everyone brings their stuff that's not Mary Kay that they're going to trash. She takes it, throws it away, and for every item, you're going to get a discount for. So those are very fun, and you don't feel guilty anymore. You should never feel guilty about Mary Kay product. If you don't love it, take advantage of that, please. Okay, you guys, I get to turn this over and then I'm coming back at the end because my husband is going to be sharing with you what he's loved about this new men's skincare line and then just some reflection on our last 39 years in Mary Kay. But you can see your first trainer up here, Otten-Sweeney Wido. She is the number 18 director. So she's leading the number 18 unit in the whole nation. There's over 6,000 directors in Mary Kay in units, and this is the number 18 unit in the nation and number 2 in our division. And then Christina Whitner is going to be sharing with you before I come back on. So she's the number 1 consultant in our area, but number 10 in the nation. I don't know how many consultants we have in the United States. It's over 10,000, number 10. And in our division, year to date, she's number 4. Last month was number 2. So you are getting treated in my anniversary celebration to the best of the best. So Alden, take it away.
All right, everyone. I am so excited. So I wanted to show you guys your beauty box might come in a different box or packaging. I promise the products that you can get are going to be phenomenal, but this shows a fun beauty box. So I want you guys, because I know if people are on YouTube Live, sometimes it doesn't let you comment, all of that stuff, but I want you to personally text your consultant and say, I want to win. So she knows how to best follow up with you and get you into a beauty box drawing. So you're going to text your consultant, I want to win, so that she knows you're on live and can get into our drawing with proper follow-up. So thank you guys so much for being on here. Honestly, I feel like I keep saying this year that this is my favorite product launch that we've ever had, but it keeps getting better and better. And you guys, that perfume that Dawn just shared, I'll be very real with you. I am quite a bougie perfume lover, and I am obsessed with that perfume. So that's something you definitely want to get from your consultant. But I'm going to show you guys tonight, I'm going to do a little glamour tutorial and show you some other of my favorite products from this launch. So just so you get to know me a little bit more than just my name and accolades, like Dawn said, my name is Alden. And you might notice she said her name's Dawn Sweeney, and my name is Otten-Sweeney Wido. So she is my mom. So I started Mary Kay very different than most. I came home from the hospital in a pink Cadillac and got to see growing up what it looked like to have a mom running a Mary Kay business at a very high level. And I quickly valued all the choices that my mom was able to create for our family because of the sustainability of her Mary Kay business. And I decided that I was going to try Mary Kay for me. I was going to stop rolling my eyes when people would ask if I was going to do what my mom did. And I was going to try it for me when I was in college. I was 19, and I knew that you could earn the use of a free car with Mary Kay. And I knew at 19, working 10 to 15 hours a week as a college student, no other company was going to give me the ability to earn the use of a free car. So I decided I would try and see if this could be for me. And you guys, I fell in love with the company and the culture and being able to help give women choices with their skincare, choices with their color products, body care products, perfumes, all of those things, but also financial choices. You guys, I started this business just for the free car. And I had no idea what this business would allow for me at a young age, and then getting married. And, now I have an almost 2-year-old son that I had the privilege of taking home from the hospital in a pink Cadillac. I had no idea when I started that's what this would grow into. But you guys, I knew that with this business that you could be a woman and kind of have your cake and eat it too, that you could do this simply just for the discount. But what I saw was that you could do this at a very high level, making an executive income, having free cars, all expense paid trips around the world for you and your spouse. And you got to determine the pace at which you worked, the hours you worked, and when you could vacation and not. I remember when my husband got his first real job after playing professional hockey and him saying, I only have this amount of vacation time. And I remember being like, what does that mean? What does that mean, you guys? Because I just hadn't paid attention. I was in the pink bubble. But you guys, I am so excited to share with you tonight. I'm honored to be one of the top directors in the country. My unit, our future, we are working in May and June to cross over a huge record-breaking finish line and be $1 million unit, which is so exciting. And that's the thing that I love about our Mary Kay business and culture is that we get to be around people that want to win. And in the process, we're helping everybody become better. And it's really a community that helps refine us. And we can each become the most confident versions of ourselves. So everybody needs the Be Confidently You, the Confidently You perfume for that daily reminder when you put that perfume on. But I'm going to show you guys tonight a glamour look. So your consultant likely has a sheet for you that's called Pink Perks, which means that when you purchase $50 of products, for every $50 of products that you purchase from her, you have access to choosing from our Pink Perks of the month, which product you would like at a 50% discount. So you guys, I'm going to show you a color look that's on there that's absolutely amazing. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks. So for every $50 you purchase with your consultant, you have access to that. And there's new ones every month. I think this month is fabulous. But before I get into the glamour, I'm going to show you a new launch for our summer line. I, as a sales director, have had these products myself for over a month now, and I had to open up some new ones because I've been using them so much. So we have a lavender and coconut lotion and body wash. And you guys, normally I think of, coconut, I think of, tropical vacation vibes. The lavender is really soothing. What I love about this, each of these, they're 16 each. They're almost 7 ounces. They're really good size. They last a long time. But what I love about this is that it's not overpowering. It's very, very well balanced. It's not going to smell like you've just applied a bunch of nice sunscreen on your body. It's going to smell really luxurious. It's kind of like vacation meets spa, if you can imagine putting those into one. And it's absolutely indulgent. This would make a great gift for anyone. And the colors are beautiful. So you can tell the difference between your shower gel and your lotion. And so these are $16 each, part of our new line. So I'm going to show you guys, it's called our Soft Pinks color look. So it's a curated look that I think will look great on all skin tones. And it is in our Mary Kay Perfect palette. So like Dawn said, everything that you purchase with Mary Kay, you have 100% satisfaction guarantee with your consultant. But I always want people to know, especially if you're a first-time guest, and this might be your first time being exposed to Mary Kay, every single product that you purchase is basically beauty that gives back. because a portion of every product sold goes to our Mary Kay Ash Charitable Foundation. And I'm not going to steal Christina's thunder because she's going to share a little bit more about that and some amazing products that we have that do boost that a little bit more. But do know that when you support Mary Kay, you're supporting an individual woman's dreams, but also you are supporting a company that gives back to women, children, all of the things. And that's just ingrained in who we are. That's not because a PR company came in and told us that's what we should do. That's who Mary Kay Ash herself created this business to be. So that's something you can buy with extreme confidence with Mary Kay as well. But also what I love is Mary Kay is very big into sustainability. So I don't know, maybe you guys have had a compact. You've picked colors from a different line and you have purchased you've purchased a compact and you use usually the lightest colors the most. You pick favorites and then once those are out, you have to replace the whole compact. Well, with Mary Kay, this whole thing is magnetic. So you can customize all of the colors, cheek colors, bronzers, highlighters, all of that. But what I'm showing you guys today is 3 eyeshadows and a cheek color. So this is Candlelight, Dusty Rose, Espresso, and Darling Pink. And I'm also going to show you guys our Pink Starlight liquid shadow. So I'm going to do it just on one side of my face so you guys can see the difference side to side. So obviously I have, makeup on my face. I've got my concealer, under eye corrector. I've got mascara on. Otherwise I would look frightening with my translucent eyelashes. But I'm going to show you guys using our Mary Kay brushes. And I'm going to do just one eye so you can see the difference. But what I love, these are all very highly pigmented, but they don't have fallout. So I'm going to definitely be like all up in your business right now, you guys. So I'm taking this lightest shade and I'm just going to pat that under my brow bone. So this kind of just highlights under your brow to give a little lift and accentuate your eyebrow. So you can see it kind of just brightened up there in comparison. And I'm using my Oliver powder brush for that. But I'm going to come in with my favorite eye brush, which is our eye blending brush. And you guys, I use this Dusty Rose color almost every single day. So it looks good on all eye colors and skin tone. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that and I'm just going to place that where my eyeball goes back into my head. So the crease of your eye is wherever your eyeball goes back into your head. So that's something that you can't really mess up. So it doesn't really matter what shape your eye is. I'm just kind of pressing it in there and then windshield wiping that back and forth. And you guys can tell if I look straight ahead, I have naturally hooded eyes. So if you have more hooded eyes, you want to bring this mid-tone color up a little bit so you can see it when your eyes are open. Otherwise, if you don't, then it looks like you don't have eye makeup on unless your eyes are closed, and that would be weird. You're not walking around like that, hopefully, prayerfully. So this is just going to be blended back and forth here. And then I'm going to take this liquid eyeshadow here. And what I love about these liquid eyeshadows, this looks very versatile. You could use one color at a time, all of them at the same time, just use a liquid, and the products last a very long time. But what I love about these liquid eyeshadows, they're water resistant. They aren't going to crease or do weird things. And they add some really good, shine and sparkle to your eyelid. So that's why I'm actually going to put this on my eyelid here. And I'm going to you could just use a brush if you wanted to, but I personally like just patting this in because I think it stays a little bit more pigmented and I really want to brighten up the inner corner of my eye here. And you'll see why in a second because I'm going to take our eyeliner brush. So this is another brush, you guys, and I'm going to detail this out when I'm done because I'm pretty much picking products that are all on the 50% off sheet just for you guys. So I'm going to take this. It's a spoolie so you can, brush out your eyebrows. But on this side, you can turn any of our eyeshadows into eyeliner. So I'm going to show you guys my favorite tip that I learned from a makeup artist. This is our Mary Kay finishing spray, also on our half off specials this month. And this is meant to kind of finish your look when your makeup's done, kind of like hairspray for your face. But I'm going to show you guys, you can spray this, just a little spray on the back of your hand. Get your brush a little wet with that and dip it into any of our eyeshadows, and it creates eyeliner. So I'm just going to show you guys, and this is kind of hard in here. So I think you guys should be able to see me. Maybe I can do this. That should be better. So you guys can see, I'm just going to take that brush with the eyeliner, with the eyeshadow espresso, and kind of blend that in to my lash line just to create a little bit of definition here. And if you want to, you can add a little, you know, kind of wing it out a little bit. You could add a little bit underneath your eye there to kind of give some definition. So you guys can see the goal here was to have brighter on the inside corner and then have some darker color out here. You could come in with the blending brush and add, well, let's just do it while I'm here talking to you guys. I'm just going to add a little bit of that espresso to the outside corner just to build a little depth in the outside here. So see how that kind of just added a little bit more drama. So you guys can see you can do a lot in a really short amount of time, especially if you have a curated palette that has colors that are all meant to work together. And then you don't want to forget cheeks. So cheek color is very important, you guys. It kind of helps frame your face, bring some life into your face, especially if you are using a foundation. You want to bring some color back into your face. So this is our Darling Pink cheek color. And I'm just using our cheek brush with that. And I'm just going to pat that along my cheekbone and kind of blend in. And you can flip it around and blend it in a little bit. But see how that just added a little bit of life compared to this side of my face. I always say if you want to add like a little bit more of like a youthful glow to your skin, get a good cheek color. So you guys can see this is my done side, but not done. Look at how big of a difference that did for the soft pink palette. So that is the palette that you guys can get. Normally this retails for, if you did this, normally it retails for $78.50. You can get this half off on our special sheet after you spend $50. So it would be $39.25. Same with if you decided you wanted to get some brushes, you can get these half off. So your consultant's going to be resourced with that Pink Perks special sheet for you so that you guys can see how you can treat yourself to some of our new summer products and get these amazing other products at the half off price as well. So last thing before I pass this over to Christina, she's going to be sharing a little bit more about amazing new product that we have, but I wanted to show you guys so you could visually see. I'm wearing the blush color because she's going to be wearing the berry color. So I hope that was helpful for you guys. And I am so excited to have Christina share some more products. And then Dawn and Larry, also my dad, are going to be wrapping it up, which will be very entertaining, I promise. But make sure you text your consultant, I want to win, so she knows that you're on live and can get into our follow-up for the beauty box. So I am going to pull Christina up here. And you guys, I'm going to have Christina fully take this away. You guys already heard her accolades, and I'm so excited for you guys to hear some great ideas and products from Christina.
Thanks, Alden. Hello, everyone. And first and foremost, I just want to say how honored I am to be in the position I am, to be the top 10 in sales in the nation. It's still shocking to me, but I'm so excited, and I get to share some of my wonderful sales ideas because we have upcoming holidays. But first of all, you might want to know who I am. So I am Christina Whitner, and I have been building my Mary Kay business now for just over 10 years. Next month, it'll actually be 11 years. And before Mary Kay, I was a financial advisor. I was working 50, 60 hours a week. I worked many nights and Saturdays. I was building my office here in Canton, Michigan, and it was a business that was far from recession proof. It was not the best environment. It was male dominated. I was told I was too nice. Who is ever told they're too nice? Well, I was. So this is the perfect industry for me. So we are far from recession proof, or we are recession proof. I take that back. Behind tobacco, alcohol, and skincare cosmetics, women are still going to buy it. when times are bad. They're still going to buy it. They're still going to buy the things that make them feel good. But it's a female dominated industry. You know, I get to make women feel good about themselves, and I love what I do every single day. So yes, we are working towards big goals by the end of June, and that's being in the top 3 in our division. So we have 4 divisions in Mary Kay. Our division right now, I'm currently number 4, and we're working to be in the top 3. The throne will be very nice to reach that. So that's the goals. That's what we're working on. So I am actually part of Alden's unit, who is just on. So we are doing big things in our unit. It's very, very exciting. And I would love to take all of you with us. So let us know if you want to take this journey with us. So I am going to share a little bit more about those lip oils. Alden pointed out the blush one, and then I have on Berry. So these are awesome lip oils. They are very nourishing, hydrating, and they give you a lot of shine in your lips. I have on a lip liner. I have on a rose lip liner, and I'm wearing Berry. I want to have a little bit more color, and I believe Alden had pink nude on with the blush color. So, but what's really special about this is every May, there is an initiative with Mary Kay called Pink Changing Lives. So the Mary Kay Ash Foundation, so every time you purchase one of these, $1 goes to Mary Kay Ash Foundation. So this is Pink Changing Lives. So the mission of the foundation is to eradicate cancers that are affecting women and to end domestic violence against women. And I'm proud to be ambassador for our foundation. And I just want to share with you, since inception of the foundation in 1996, there has been $96 million donated by the foundation to these causes for many different reasons. And in that board that was mentioned before, your consultant has access to get more information about details about that foundation and what they have done to give back. It is so awesome. So check that out. So these are 20 each. And again, $1 goes to the Mary Kay Ash Foundation. So make sure you pick up 1, 2. You need both colors. They're both awesome. So I'm going to share with you some gift ideas. I'm going to start from the lowest price up to the more expensive price. And the lowest price one I'm going to show you, and this is great. We have Mother's Day coming up on the 11th. This week is Teachers Week and Nurses Week, Appreciation Week. So make sure you appreciate any teachers in your life. Appreciate those nurses. I have spent a lot of time with nurses lately, so I truly appreciate the nurses, and definitely appreciate your mothers. Show them how much you love them. They brought you into this world. So make sure you show them how much you love them. It's a gift to Mary Kay. So the first gift bundle I'm going to show you is our hand sanitizer and our Shea hand cream. So this set together is $20. And this is going to work for any man or woman. So if you have a teacher that's a male, they're going to enjoy and appreciate both of these gifts. And the next set I'm going to show you is our satin lip set. Again, this is for anyone in your life. Guys will use this as well. It's 2 parts to it. There's our sugar scrub. And so you're going to use that to remove the dead skin. And you're going to follow up with our lip balm. And they both have shea in it. And your lips are going to really like it. And the oils will go on so much better if your lips are taken care of with this set. So this set is $22. Great gift for everyone. And then our body set. So we have our satin body set. These also have shea in them. So these are $22 each. They're very large. They're 6.5 ounces, but there's a wash, a scrub, and a lotion. So they're $22 each, or you could get them all for $66. Great gift for anyone again. And the scent is white tea and citrus, and it's such a clean, light scent. I love it. And then the next set I'm going to show you is our Satin Hands Pampering set. Most people know Mary Kay for this set right here, okay? This is a 3-piece set. It's going to soften your skin, it's going to scrub, and it's also going to hydrate your skin. This is great for your hands, but it's also great for your feet. This comes in white tea and citrus, or you can get it in fragrance-free. And this set is $38. And then next, I could share gifts all day, but I only got a couple more to share for you. But our charcoal mask and our mask applicator. This is a deep cleansing mask. It's going to lift everything out of your pores. It's going to make your pores appear smaller. It's not a peel-off mask. It's a mask you're going to leave on for about 20 minutes, and you're going to rinse it off. The rosemary and mint in it smells so good. You're going to love it. It's great for men, women, teens, anyone is going to love this charcoal mask. And this set here is $38 for the 2 pieces. And then the last bundle I'm going to show you is one of my favorites, and I use these all the time. It's our micellar water, and this is a great pre-cleanse prior to using your cleansers. Your cleanser can actually do its job, or it's a great refresh throughout the day. It not only helps cleanse, it also hydrates your skin as well. And then the second part of that bundle is our hydrogel eye patches, and these are awesome. Keep them in the refrigerator. Put them on when you have your morning coffee, when you're getting ready for work and stuff. It's going to help brighten and depuff and take away the dark circles in your eyes. It's just going to feel so good. And this bundle is, oh gosh, $58. This bundle together is $58. So your consultant's going to be able to resource you with a special, or with the sheet that has all those gift ideas on it with pricing. So make sure you appreciate all those people that are your teachers, your nurses, and especially appreciate mom this holiday coming up. So thank you again, you guys. I'm going to pass this on back to Larry and Dawn, and they're going to share a little bit more about some products and a little bit about the journey that Dawn's had in these, 39 years in Mary Kay. So, and they've done a lot of life during that time. So they're going to share that with you. So take it away.
Thank you. And Christina, one of the things I was just thinking that we may have brand new consultants on here that you don't have products on hand to deliver immediately this week. So gift certificate.
Thank you. I forgot I had it sitting here. Yes. If you are a new consultant or a seasoned consultant, gift certificates with pampering session make the best gift. That way your loved one can pick out whatever they want. So have them schedule a session, a pampering session with you and pick out whatever products. These gift certificates are also in the resource board that your consultant, that you can pull that up and print those out. I have it set to 4 to a sheet or 2 to a sheet. So whatever you need, everything is there for you. So make sure you look at that board. Thanks, Dawn, for that reminder.
You're welcome. Well, and that's great if you can't get something mailed and get it to someone fast enough, even if you have the products there on hand, a gift certificate, and then your consultant as a customer, if you purchase a gift certificate, your consultant is offering her time for free. So that could be virtually if the person isn't close, or in person to do a skin analyzer app to teach her what she needs for her skin, but also colors, like Alden was doing. She can do that for your mom or a teacher or a nurse or whoever you're giving the gift to. And that is something that in Mary Kay is unique. Because when you go to a cosmetic counter, there's a lot of brands now that unless you're going to make a certain dollar amount of a purchase, they're not demonstrating products for you. When you go to med spas, it's the same thing. You're buying products to have that. We still offer that as a free service. Your consultant will give you that time, and she'd love to give you that time or give your gift recipient that time. Okay, so the next product line, I have my husband here, Larry Sweeney. So that is Alden's father. And he's been trying the men's products because nationals and directors get products early. So we've had them for over a month. So he's been using the men's line. So we thought it just made sense for him to share because he's been using Mary Kay, before I started. When I started 39 years ago, his mom was already a faithful Mary Kay customer. So he used Mary Kay back when the men's line was called Mr. K. So he's known the product line far longer than I have. So I'm going to turn this over to you, and then we're going to talk a little bit more about the last 39 years. But share with them, what do they need to know about this men's skincare line?
Well, first of all, this is a little bit more, lot cooler packaging than the Mr. K that my mom used to get me from her consultant back in Elma, Michigan, back in the 70s. And when she used to get me this little brown thing. And to tell you the truth, I had it and I never really used it then. But I really started using the skincare when Dawn really got into this in 1986. We were out at a little apartment in Bisbee, Arizona, and there was a product called Skin Balancing Moisturizer. And Dawn came in one day and she said, "What is going on? There's been like 3 bottles used in the last 2 weeks of this skin balancing moisturizer." And not only was I using it all over my face when we were living up there because it was so dry, but I was using it for body cream too. So I used just a big glob, and I'd glob it all over me like it was, like Jergens or something that you use. She said, "No, you can't use that stuff." But I've been using, I've been using skincare, the Mary Kay products for, now 39 years. And I don't know, I do a lot of sun aging and I got a lot of, spots on my face, but I'll tell you what, I've used, and they had the men's bar and they've had a lot of different things changing. The shave cream was always real good, but they never had like a 3-step system before. And I put a lot of thought on that because I was thinking, I've seen all these ads on TV recently for all these men's skincare products. I don't know if it's just the age or what I'm watching or whatever, but a lot of talk about men's skincare and aging and anti-aging products and sun and stuff. And I thought, wouldn't it be nice? They talk about men will only use a couple of products. They won't use a bunch. And I use some under eye stuff and some other things, but I've always used a bar of soap, either, for the women, the anti-aging stuff, or the men's bar that they recently did. How long has it been since they did away with the men's bars? And so what we do, we just go on like the network and say, anybody who has any extra men's bars, we'll buy them from you. We stock them up, but there's not any more around. So I started using another type of bar, a white bar. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's a Mary Kay product, and I like that. And I use what I call, I don't know what it's the official name of it. I call it the skin machine. But I've got one in my shower up at the lake, and I've got one here, and I use that every morning in the shower. But so when I got this, I saw the box, and Dog goes, "Hey, they got the men's skincare." I looked at it, I said, a facial wash, and I said, okay, I'll give that a shot. And so I have been using this in the mornings, and I love it with the brush. And then I like a moisturizer, but when I was younger, my skin was real oily, so I wanted something really light. Well, as I've aged, I guess your skin dries out like everything else. It starts to slide. And I started wanting a little bit more moisturizer, so I used, a couple different things. But I tried this I've had it about 2 weeks now. I really like it. It's not too heavy, it's not too light, but it feels really good all over my face. And then I think the thing that they really did that was unique, that's really become popular in the last few years, is the shave. It's a cream. It's not a shave it's not a gel, but it's also not a foam. And I used a product for a while that's called the Cremo or something. I buy it at Meijer. It's got a peppermint thing to it, but it's a cream, almost like a shaved butter. And this is exactly what this is like. And I love this. It's kind of thick and you just rub it on. It doesn't foam up. It gets on your face, but it really makes the blade work super nice. I think they're onto something. I think this is a really good product line, and I think it's pretty exciting. And I think that you could sell this to a lot of people. There are a lot of guys I think that would use a 3-step system. I've got some clients that I've talked to about the Mary Kay opportunity, and their wives or some people have gotten involved in it, and they've tried the products and they love them. They're like, I'm using them on my wife's stuff and using this. I said, well, they make a men's care line now, so I think they're going to be jumping on that. But it's good stuff. I'm looking forward to just taking these with me on the trip we're going to go on in about exactly 2 weeks. Just 3 things I can take and use them in the shower there, and keep rolling with it. Really exciting stuff.
And then the prices are great. The wash is $20, the shave cream's $20, and the moisturizer's $30. So your consultants can order these the 20th. It'd be $70 for the whole thing. And your consultant can order these if you want to pre-order from her the 10th or the 15th of this month. So definitely in time for Father's Day. But that moisturizer, it hydrates for 12 hours with the inclusion of Powerhouse.
Dawn and Larry, could you hold up the product so they can see how beautiful the packaging is?
It's really pretty.
And
yes,
the shave cream and the facial wash,
like a matte.
They're 4.5 ounces. And this one is that's the moisturizer. What's that one? That's
3. So this could go on an airplane.
Yeah. So be careful if you take these on, if you carry on and stuff, because these are over the TSA limit. And you could, who knows, but they're good size. And they'll last a while. You don't have to use a lot. I just put a little dab on that skin machine and it lathers up big time.
I didn't know you were going to promote the skin machine. We could have had that to show
the
too.
old skin machine. Should have got that out.
Well, and I like that the moisturizer, it's kind of like with your kids when you want to get them to be some vegetables or meat or something they don't want to eat, and you mix it in with macaroni and cheese. They're putting in the men's moisturizer, antioxidant resveratrol, which helps fight free radicals, and plankton extract, a well-known soothing ingredient. So that it says 86% of men agreed MK Men moisturizing shave cream gives a comfortable close shave. So yeah, I think this is a very on-time product, and it's true. We're seeing on TV ads all the time, the men's skincare. So Larry mentioned that we are heading to Vancouver and Alaska for an all-expense-paid trip with Mary Kay. And one of the things that caught my attention at that meeting 39 years ago were the trips, because I actually went into retail management because I thought I'd get to travel because of being a buyer. That was crazy. That was a stupid reason to go into that industry, because traveling as a buyer is not like traveling on. Mary Kay has rented the whole Silver Sea ship for just the nationals and their spouses and the Mary Kay staff that's going. And literally all expenses paid, plus they put money into our cruise account for us to pick excursions. And so Larry's going fly fishing, which that's like $500 to go for the day. Well, myself and a couple of my friends are going to be going to the spa and getting services and hanging out for that day. And then we're going to an oyster farm, and I'm going to see the Iditarod dog sleds in Juneau. But I mean, you guys, as a guest or as a consultant right now on here, like you could make a decision today, like, okay, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to let them teach me how to do it, because I was taught how to build this business by women who had already done it, other nationals and directors. Like that's what we specialize in Mary Kay. Mary Kay Inc. pays us to teach you how to get your customers, how to manage money, how to be a business owner, how to market, how to do social media, how to do virtual business, how to do in-person business. Everything is taught to you. And from that, trips are something that could be in your starter kit. This is the 33rd trip that we have earned in Mary Kay. And some of the trips we've taken cash for because that season of life didn't work out with travel sports with the kids, or the last 5 years taking care of my aging parents. But we are excited and ready to go on this one. But let's start off with 39 years ago. My husband and I were engaged. I was 23 years old, had taken my job out of college that moved me from Michigan to Cleveland. His job took him down to Georgia, and then he was going to be stationed as a federal agent to some place that we didn't know yet. And I went to this Mary Kay meeting, heard all this, and just said, honestly, like at that time, the starter kit was $85. Right now, for $125, you get a pro kit, which gives you far more than came in mine. I think it's pretty incredible that the company has offered that and kept it so low in cost. And because with inflation, stuff that was $80 in 1986 is far more than $125 right now. So I called him that night. He was down at the Academy training and said, guess what? I'm a brand new Mary Kay beauty consultant. And some of my friends and family were not supportive, but he was very supportive from the beginning because he had seen Mary Kay products on his counter with his mom. He's like, if you can find customers like my mom, you're going to make a fortune. But what did you think? You know, what advice would you give for the guests that are listening to this or consultants that are just getting started that, you know, you would want them to know now 38 years in retrospect when I decided to give this a shot?
Well, I think that the main thing is the opportunity is still the same. The market's certainly not saturated. There are still a lot of people that have never tried this product, and the successful people in this business, you know, they parallel successful people in other business that I've seen, other businesses and sports. It's people that make a decision to do this. They set a goal and they commit to it, and then they go ahead and work, and they're disciplined in their work, and they do the basic things. I know that there's some new people. Allie's unit's really doing good, and I hear about this because I keep, you know, I ask how people are doing. We've got some new people in that are really doing great guns in this. But the bottom line is what they're doing is they're going out every day. They're they're selling the products to people, and they're selling the opportunity, and they're talking about, would you like to become a consultant? And they're working their business. They're not looking for some new thing. I come from a conventional business, and for the last few years I've built a training business, and I've done it organically, word of mouth, talking to people, getting up, going to work every day, even though I don't feel like it. And there's been some great rewards. Well, this business, there's not a lid on that. I can only do as much as I do when I'm with people. This business, if you have people, you bring them into the business and they get going, and you can lead people and motivate people. Not only do you have an avenue of income by selling the products, but you also have an income by recruiting. And as your business grows, you continue to get more and more perks. And it's always been perks along the way that start out, we look back and say they're relatively small, but I remember one time, her first time she came back from seminar, and I was living in Georgia, and I had not gone to seminar with her before, and she came home with this Texas watch. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I remember I was telling my buddies, you should see this watch. I think it's like solid silver, and it's an outline of Texas, and I don't know how much it's cost. And then she got like a tea set she won, like this, like silver. I looked at me, it was crazy. And then at that end, she's like, guess what? I'm going to win a car. And she won a Grand Am. Well, no one had ever given me a free automobile and paid the insurance. I was so excited. I took pictures of that. We drove that all over. And then, it just kept going. And the Cadillac, and then the trips. And, my first trip, we were going to go to London, and it was crazy. We're all excited, and it was my first trip. With the main concern that I had, I wasn't going to go initially because I didn't think I'd get enough food. True. I thought, well, I can't go away for a week. I got to have some food. Are we going to have food all day, breakfast, lunch, dinner? Because as you can tell, I haven't missed many meals. But and I went on that first trip, and I'm like, wow, I couldn't eat this much food in a month of Sundays. This is great. But the trips have been awesome. Great restaurants and great places all over the world. And so, it kind of goes full circle. Well, now we're going to Vancouver, and Vancouver's a famous, city for oysters, and Dawn and I both love oysters. And so I've already researched, the hotel where we're staying for a couple of days before we get on the boat. And then what are the 3 best oyster bars in town? I've already, they have happy hours. They have this. And I'm really excited about going on the trip and the side trips. How often do you get to fly fish for a 40-pound salmon in glacier, water along the coast in Alaska? That's a big deal, and they're paying for it. So me and my buddies we're laughing. We said, man, we're all going to do this. I don't know how to do that, but I guess the guides will teach you everything, and they're always a lot of fun. And then we're going to go to an oyster farm in Alaska. And I've always been intrigued by those sled dogs and that Iditarod that, where they take the medicine and, to get it was a whole deal where they had to take a 500 or 900 mile trip with dogs through the, Alaskan frontier to deliver some medications. And it's become a race every year, but I've always been real intrigued by that. So I'm going to get to see the dogs that actually, run in that race and get to see them and take pictures. And that's cool. And that's all been afforded to me. When I talk to the students and the college kids that I have the opportunity to train, and I talk about the travel, and they're just like amazed. They've got a young guy that's working with us now, and he's like, where haven't you been? And I said, well, to tell you the truth, let's go through. And he goes, you've been to Austria and Switzerland and Germany and Italy and France and Ireland and, Bermuda and, Australia,
Yeah.
just all over, it's been just awesome. The Greek Isles twice, and, Nice and Monaco, and just these great trips that, the opportunity to do that, would not have been there. And the opportunity to travel first class. I was looking at what it costs to go on these types of cruises that we go on, where you have every room is a suite, and it's a 1-to-1 ratio. You have one worker for each person. So when we're there, like next week, we will get a call from the ship, and they will ask us what we want in our room to have for refreshments, not to mention that the other places, but then they'll introduce and they'll have a name of a guy or a woman who's going to be our steward. And they'll be on call for our room, our beck and call for 24 hours a day. You can get 24-hour room service, 24-hour whatever you want. You want, have room service come in and, make up your room, the maid service. If you want to have your clothes pressed, if that's what they do. And you're there, and it's just absolutely luxurious and amazing. And that's all through, the hard work and the years that it's taken to do this. But, this isn't an overnight success. This requires, it's not instant gratification. In 2 weeks, you're not going to become a national sales director, on the internet or something. You're going to have to make a commitment and work. But if you work hard, the opportunity is still there. It's a great product. It's a great marketing plan. It's strong, and the company does a great job in supporting the sales force. The sales force is the backbone of this company, and it's an awesome opportunity. And, you know, I mean, I have a lot of people in my age group now that are retiring, and, you know, what do they get at retirement? Some people are lucky enough to get a watch and a dinner. You know, these people are retiring from the big three, and I hear about it, and they're getting their pensions and everything. I mean, in a few years or just a few months, Dawn's going to order a brand new Escalade, and that's going to be the car that she leaves with. It's basically a retirement gift that's going to be ours, and that's a big deal. Yeah. Not to mention the family security program that they offer, that, you know, she didn't have to pay into. A lot of these retirement programs, and when I was a federal agent, you had to pay in. They matched it and did some stuff, but you had to pay in from your income. This hasn't happened with that's a company. They fund their they don't call it a retirement program, they call it a family security program, but it's a very unique system. And when I explain that to my people, you know, corporate people, they're just amazed that that can be done. And that's the strength of having a company that sells, manufactures, and sells a product to create a lot of cash. And it's a great opportunity. It's definitely been life-changing for me. You know, I had a good client of mine who's been a client for years, and we found out in small world that one of his nieces or someone in his family has become a new consultant. And he and his wife actually hosted a Mary Kay party, a facial party, whatever they're, you know, a skincare class at his house. And he was just like, wow, that was so cool. I told my wife she better get into this. That's a great opportunity because, you know, my trainer, he's led a really good life because his wife's a national sales director. And they, of course, they knew Dawn and everything. And I said, dude, this is no joke. I mean, I say that because there are still people come to me and go, you're still doing that training thing? Is your wife still doing the Mary Kay thing? I'm like, she sure better be doing the Mary Kay thing because you're not gonna do it. You know, being a fitness coach or a trainer, I can tell you that right now. That's not a job that you're gonna be making, you know, multiple 6-figure years unless you're gonna be working 24 hours a day, and that doesn't happen. So this has been an awesome opportunity, and the product is good, and I'm always glad to speak and you know, tell people about the great opportunity that this company gives to people that give it a shot. But, you know, it's like anything else. If you want to be good at something, you want to be successful, you're going to have to work and make up your mind to work and create some discipline and some work ethic. And you have people that are going to motivate you. You've got a product to sell. It's a great opportunity. And there's a lot of people in this business that have been successful. You wouldn't have thought, wow, she'd be good at this or they'd be good at this, but they got around the culture. They liked it. They enjoyed it. It's fun. It's uplifting, and they've become incredibly successful. It's fun to watch. It really is. As a pure coach, you know, and someone who likes to see people improve, it's been a rewarding career. Besides the finances and the gifts and all the other things, it's been fun to watch people grow and improve. It's really been a blessing to see that.
Well, I liked what you said, and I want to wrap up with that, is that the opportunity is actually better than when I started, because everyone knows Mary Kay now, but also, you know, we're in 40 countries. We're debt free. When you have feelers all over the world to find out what are the hot products, like Koreans use 48 skincare products. So you'll hear us do Korean glass skin parties, but we have all the products to do it. Americans aren't going to do 48. If we can get them to use 4 to 8, it is that would be good. But we know that is a trend that has come to the United States. So because it's in Korea, and then body care in Brazil, and bright popping colors in the Latina countries. Like, we have feelers out for research and development, but also being debt free, we can make different decisions. Mary Kay, both Larry and I met Mary Kay. I was trained by her my first trip. I was pregnant with Alden. So Larry got to meet Mary Kay in London and then again in Bermuda. And she did this to give us this opportunity that she didn't have, being a single mom and paying for, you know, raising 3 kids on her own. And so she started it in 1963. And now 2 years, almost 3 years later, she has given women an opportunity that's unparalleled in 2025. There are more women right now looking for what Mary Kay has to offer than in any of the 38 years since I've been building my business. We have young girls starting. Alden was 19, I was 23, But the fastest growing market, we just heard from an HR director in the auto industry this week. She said that top people that we are recruiting right now are women 50 or over. So you guys, 18 to, I know a sales director who's 80 plus years old. There's no age discrimination at either end. It doesn't matter your education, your socioeconomics, your language, your skin color, your weight on a scale. It does not matter. If you are willing to learn, we will teach you how, and you can have all these benefits that we talked about, plus a lot more. The personal growth, I think, and the culture of having women support each other, the relationships and the flexibility are tremendous. I, again, had mentioned my dad just passed in March, and my brother and I have been the caretakers for their health and their finances for the last 4.5 years. My brother left his job to be able to do his part. I could still do my Mary Kay job because of how this is set up and how you build flexibility as you grow your customer base, because they're washing the products down the drain every night. And we have the highest brand loyalty in the cosmetic industry. And the women who are building their business that I've mentored and taught, they're doing it to pay their family bills. They're not doing it for me. I'm not their boss. I'm not their manager. I'm their leader and their coach, but they get to make their choices. Also, in this economy, people still need extra money. They're drowning in debt right now. And I've loved in Mary Kay. At times when I've needed more money, I've never gone and looked for another job. I've sold more product. I've done more Mary Kay. This business has dug our family out of cycles of debt that we've needed to get out of, especially when I started the business, but also putting 2 kids through college, or a wedding for our daughter, or going through open heart surgery for our son twice in his life. And so this business gives women financial freedom. It gives you time freedom. It gives you personal growth freedom, and also faith growth freedom. Mary Kay was more concerned about who you are, your character, and hearing good and faithful servant. That was what she said was the biggest success story that she could hear from you. Not you've sold $1 million in product and you've earned all these worldly prizes. She wanted to know that we did what God had created us to do. And this business gives you that freedom and encouragement to figure out what that actually is. So you guys, thank you for plugging in and listening to this. You know what you're supposed to text to your consultant tonight if you're on live, so that you can get your name in the drawing for the Pink Beauty Box. Yeah, we do hope you have pink dreams. You guys, I've had pink dreams for 38 years. Still tonight, I'll have a hard time going to sleep because I'm just thinking about like the seeds that were planted and which women out there are going to be decisive and make a decision to get their consultant number tonight, because they gave me that option. And that's why I'm here 39 years later, because I didn't have time to chicken out or listen to what other people's opinions were of my decision. And I encourage you to do the same. Make your decision on faith versus fear and fact versus fiction. In worst case scenario, you get a consultant number, you give it a shot, and you find out it's not your cup of tea. Mary Kay has a 90% buyback policy on your inventory that you've purchased and haven't sold. But more importantly, you'll know from your own experience versus trying to figure it out from the outside. And I figured, you know what, if I can get tax deductions and products at cost, I'm going to save money anyways. And maybe I just do it to get myself out of credit card debt and then, you know, make a different decision. But I've never looked back. So like Christina said, we'd love you to join us. We'd love to teach you how to do this. Get a hold of your consultant. And again, you know, if you've been praying for something, you don't need to pray anymore. It's not going to bigger answer than this. Join us. God first, family second, career third. The company was started on that. And that is our job, is to protect that. And that is very countercultural in the world that we live in right now. But we know, Mary Kay said, things work out right when we do that. And we pay women what they're worth versus the body they were born into. And we do our business according to the golden rule. So you guys, thank you again. I hope that you fell in love with that summer product launch. Have your consultant help you out with all the gift giving needs that you have. And if there's anything about this that could serve you well, give it a shot. You have nothing to lose and a whole lot to gain. Have a great night.